Now, tell us about the last play.
Um, well, I think Coach Grant drew up a good play. For Nate, he drew up a lot of good plays throughout the stretch, and I just wanted to make a play. I didn't want to overthink it. If I had guys open, I would have threw it, but I just guess the best shot for my team was for me to attack and try to get a foul or layup, and came out on a good side.
What did it mean to you to make that kind of play for your team and get a big victory?
It was big because we needed this win badly, just for our team. Just seeding wise, as far as making a tournament and stuff like that. We know we needed this win. We tried to go 3-0 for the last three games of non-conference, and it was a gutsy win. Rough win, but it doesn't matter as long as we got the W.
And that free throw, you missed a couple earlier, I think. How nervous were you, or were you confident?
Nah, I was a little nervous. I had to make sure I made it though. I'll be honest, but as long as we made it, I got the dub. We got the dub, so we all good now. We're gonna watch some film, get ready for Cincy.
Malachi, were there some alternate options in that play? What did you see that made you decide that you were going to take it?
Oh well, yeah, Nate was the first option if he had a shot or a drive, make a play. Then he threw it back to me, and I just wanted to make the best play for my team, whether it was to get a shot for me or my teammates. I just decided to drive, try to get fouled, and I did, and made the layup through contact.
Do you relish that moment when the game's on the line, with the ball in your hands? Just talk a little bit about that.
I'm gonna give credit to my teammates and my coaches because they trust me. They trust me. I had the ball probably most of the team, and I try to do my best to make plays and get guys shots and do stuff for me. Just what's best for the team. And once I make a mistake, they always telling me, keep going, side next play, and I would do the same for them, vice versa. If someone have a turnover, a bad play, and I just tell them, you go next play, and they do the same thing for me. So that keeps my confidence up on making plays for the rest of the game.
Nate, what did you think of this winning play?
Yeah, it was awesome. We know how hard he works, and we trust him to make that play. So, I was really happy for him, proud of him because we know how good he is. And, we missed him last year, but, obviously he's built for these moments, so we trust him.
Malachi, you've been in this situation before, but it's been a while. Take you back to the Kansas game.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago. So
For a long time ago.
yeah.
You didn't have time to flash back to those plays, right?
Nah. I was just thinking about this play. Get a good shot. Just live with the results. Make get a shot, whether it's me or my teammates. If we would have missed, just hopefully made the right play. But fortunately we made it. And like I said before, we got the W.
Play you had made three. You said really big one.
hmm
And the confidence you're going to make that one.
hmm Yeah, it's just my teammates have trusted me, my coach have trusted me, just the work that we put in all together. So, just try to, just play and just figure out, the next shot and just try to win the game.
Miley, how'd that pass get through to him, though? It looked like it was
I don't know. I always throw that pass. That happened in Maui too.
Yeah.
I think the UNC game, but yeah, I always throw it no matter what. 'Cause I know if he get a good shot, if he can see the rim, it's always going to be that's a great shot for Nate. Whether it's contested or not, we needed a three. I don't even know if we needed three, but I mean we take it though.
You get fouled on that play, you think?
I don't know. I try to, I think like just looking back at the UNC game, I thought he fouled me on that one, so I just try to make the most out of the play. So
You had a foul trouble, too, most of the night.
Yeah.
Pretty frustrating night.
yeah, a little bit, but obviously you can't really control that with the refs call and stuff like that. So just gotta keep playing through it.
Nate, is it difficult for you guys when the three balls and falling? Obviously, sometimes see it in the first half and you guys figure it out in the second half. But over the course of the game, is that hard for you guys to find other rhythms when it's not shooting the three? How do you guys kind of manage?
Yeah, it can be tough, but I think through a series of games that like we've seen that we can win in a variety of ways. Just looking at Marquette in this game, when certain things are off, we always I think we're figuring out that we're really good at adjusting and just finding a way to win.
Was it hard coming back for this game just 3 days after such an emotional win?
Yeah, a little bit. I think so. It was such a big game, and then we know it's a big week overall. So there are a lot of quick turnarounds. So we just try to be as ready as possible. But it definitely was a little bit difficult.
What was tough about UNLV? What did they do so well that you guys?
They have really good pieces. Like Coach was saying, he doesn't think their record kind of shows how good of a team they are. They have good players, and he knew it was going to be a good game.
you were subbed out right after the free throw. Was there any thought to persuade coach to leave you in for that final possession for UNLV?
No, I mean, if he decided that was best for the team, I'm gonna stick with it. Sometimes I tell him maybe we should run a different play, and he's fine with that. So I think we're always on the same page. So if he did that, I know he did it for the right reason. And I guess he did it for defense. Maybe I was in foul trouble, or just Posh is probably just a better defender on their guard. So yeah, whatever he says, we both on the same page. So I just stuck with it.
How good a look did you get at that last shot? Did you see him doing that?
Nah, I saw the rim pretty good, and then I try to bait him, get the foul. I kept the ball out, and I guess he kind of reached for it, and then I just wanted to make sure I knew once he fouled me, I was like, I just do whatever to make it, and fortunately I made it.
You went to the foul line, you just wash all thoughts from your head. What did you do?
Nah, I just took a walk to half court just to relax. Cause that was a big free throw, and I missed the last two free throws. I've been struggling with my free throws this year, so I know I just had to make that one as a point guard, just make the important ones. It was tough, but I had to lock in, just make sure I hit that free throw, put us in a good spot just to get a stop.
You notice them kind of playing games, moving guys around, trying to give you extra time to think about it?
You said what? Sorry.
The UNLV guys kept switching guys around on the blocks and trying to give you more time to think about your shot before you touch the line.
Oh no, I didn't even realize that. My teammates told me, just relax. Vaughn, I think they told me something, I forgot what he said, but Vaughn told me like, hey, you got this. So, I just took a deep breath, walked to half court, and I just made sure I made that free throw.
Malachi, how's it working? Of course, had setbacks after familiar with that, but for you to be contributing and playing some of the best basketball we've seen, and got a chance to see for your career, how exciting and rewarding is it for yourself?
I think it was just good for my mental. Like the last 2 years, a year and a half, I was just struggling mentally. Just away from my parents. But my teammates and my brothers made sure I was good. They was always checking on me and making sure I stayed positive. But it's definitely rewarding just from the work I put in. From my ankle injuries, ankle surgeries, and to have a setback again in the first game, all the work just to go away and then just have to do that again. It's definitely rewarding just to make sure that's just to make sure I play good, and my work is showing, and I'm just proud of myself and my teammates.
Your brother had a reputation for making clutch shots, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure you saw a lot of them.
yeah, definitely.
Is he going to appreciate this one? I mean,
I'm sure he is. I hope so. He better call me tonight or just text me. But I'm sure he is. I know it's a time change and time zone difference, but
Did your dad get a Peacock subscription for this one?
I'm sure he did. He found some way to watch it. I'm sure, some way, somehow.
How much were you able to spend time with him a couple weeks ago when he came back for the Hall of Fame induction after the game?
We spent like the whole day together. He left, in the night, but we went to go get some food at Milano's. Just chilling, chopping it up. And, just it was good to see him, and I was proud of him. He's in the Hall of Fame. That's a big milestone for him, big accomplishment.
Something really special is brewing with this season. When you got the big wins and all that, victory like this.
Yeah, it's definitely huge. I think the goals that we've set out before the season are still in place, and I think that's kind of what we've been working towards. So definitely a special season so far. Just got to keep working.
And Mallory, you're looking forward to playing Cincinnati and get to play in that game, and that's a big rivalry for.
Yeah, definitely. I think our energy would definitely be high for that. Just just to Ohio rivalry. We're close. They're not too far from us. They top 20. We're top 20, so it's definitely be a good game. But I know our energy, and focus is definitely going to be locked in. So I'm just glad we got this dub. This is I hope UNLV is a good team. They have not so good of a record, but they're a good team, and I'm just so glad we got the W because it would have been harder, just as far as seeding wise and tournament wise and stuff like that.
Nate, what do you remember about the Cincinnati game from last year? Obviously, this year, both of you guys coming in ranked, hostile territory. What about this game? As you guys kind of ready and looking forward to the next challenge?
Yeah, I think I know there's gonna be a lot of energy. Obviously, they're down the road. It's not too far. I do remember us having more fans than them, and just the great environment that was down there in Cincinnati. So I think we know that the Flower Faithful is gonna be there and supporting us. So I think we're just ready and we're excited because we know it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, talk about his courage once just
Mhm.
step up in the big moments.
Mhm.
The little guy driving to the big trees.
Mhm.
All this.
Yeah, we know Melly's built for those moments. I think after he made it, I told him he's him. Like, that, we know how good he is. Obviously we know how much he works. So, proud of him, and we know that he can make plays like that.
What was AG's post game message?
They-
Kind of the same thing, just how this wasn't going to be an easy game, and, we still got the W. Just how big this was, as far as, like I said before, they I don't know what their ranking is in Ken Palm and stuff like that, but that was just a great dub. Coming off of Marquette, just high energy and stuff like that. We were always going to be pumped for a top 10 team, and then to play UNLV, they're a pretty good team. So I guess he was just kind of proud of us as far as our resiliency and our focus. Down the stretch, like we never gave up. We just try to move on to the next play, like make the right next play, and I think he was pretty proud of us just as far as our focus and resiliency.
Anything else? Thank you, fellas.
Yeah, thank you.
He's right here.
The reason I asked you about people, Dad texted me a couple days ago. The game was on Peacock. Well, some people were saying it was on ESPN. We're Saturday. It's not on ESPN. Go to Dayton schedule. That's where you can. Yeah. Because they're gonna have it right. Because Doug will have it right.
Good. Well, credit to UNLV. I told the guys before, a couple days ago when we started preparing that this is a really good team, really well coached, come from a great league, and they've been a little banged up most of the year, and they're in the process of getting healthy. They last couple games they're starting to get some guys back, so we knew this was going to be a challenging game from that standpoint. Also, just the fact that we're coming off such an emotional game, from 3 days ago, and the quick turnaround and having to do that again, it's the mental toughness that you got to be able to have. Our guys showed tonight. Nothing about the game was easy, for 40 minutes, but I think the mark of a good team, and these guys have shown this all year, is a level of resiliency, a level of toughness that they continue to keep themselves in the fight. When they get hit, may get staggered for a minute, but they get right back up and get right back in the fight. And they did that throughout the game today. It was an ebb and flow. Some of it, obviously, we needed to be better. We had stretches where we weren't very good. Some of it was UNLV. They were really good in some areas tonight, and so our guys stayed the course and just believed in each other, believed in what we were doing, and found a way to get the win. And if you're gonna have a season like we think we're capable of having, you're gonna have to win games like that. And I've been around it for a long time, and I've seen a lot of teams that that look at these type of wins as some of the more guttier wins. Everybody wants to talk about when you play the ranked teams, but these are the ones that kind of make you who you are, right? Who you get a chance to become. So just really proud that we found a way tonight.
How gratifying was to see Malachi make that shot with all these buddies?
Yeah, Malachi's done that for us, probably since he stepped on campus, and so, we wanted to put the ball in his hands and in position to make a play for himself or his teammates, and certainly very happy that he was able to go and do those throughout the game. Obviously you look at the last play, but, throughout the game, throughout the course of the season, I think he's shown that.
How are you processing how to set up the defense for UNLV's final shot those last 8 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, we've been in those situations, before. over the course of the year. So we had our defense set. We wanted to make sure we tried to keep the ball out of number 11's hands. You guys did a good job of making it difficult, and then, you know, it was a contested shot at the end, and we're grateful it didn't go in because they made some contested ones tonight.
Yeah, Chris Wayne was on fire, but I mean,
Yeah.
like you were pretty close to him at least.
Yeah. I mean, he's a really good player. You know, we identified him as a guy that was a sniper, a guy that is deadly from the 3-point line coming in. You know, he's in his 6th year of college, so he's not fazed by any environments. And, you know, obviously, you know, when you look at, you know, what we've been able to do, they understood the opportunity they had as well. And they were excited to play. They didn't walk in awe of anything, you know, and those guys have been around the block a little bit. Some veteran guys on that team. So he's one of them. He's really, really good player. Yeah, they're a good team. They're a good team. I think, you know, obviously, you know, it's 1 or 2 more games they have in non-conference play, and then they start league play. I wouldn't be surprised if they're one of the teams that makes noise once they get in the league play and they get healthy and whole.
Coach, at the end there, funny face shot towards your wife or your family.
Yeah, my son. I saw my son there, and you know, it was just, it was good to see him. So I just wanted to acknowledge him. It was good to see a smile on his face, and yeah.
Did you feel that in the early minutes of this game, the guys? I know you mentioned the mental fortitude of coming back from one fight. Did you feel it was, from a physical standpoint, they were ailing or fatigued at all, or
Emotionally, that was a lot of energy, a lot of emotion, you know, and it's probably unrealistic to say you're going to replicate that, you know, from a competitive standpoint. But you know, I call it competitive character. You know, when maybe you don't have your best stuff, you still got to find a way to bring what you need, you know, and you got to be able to do what you need to be able to do to make plays. And we had guys out there tonight really trying to do that. Nothing about the game was easy, you know, and you know, I will look at the film and say we could have been better offensively. We had a stretch there in the first half for about 8 minutes where it wasn't pretty basketball, you know, and they erased the 8-point lead and took the lead themselves. And then, you know, there were stretches where we were really good offensively, we were good defensively, and then UNLV made plays. They made plays. They made shots. They went and made plays against good defense, and they cut into the lead and eventually took the lead, and we had to find a way again. So it's just one of those back and forth games. But I think the emotion of Saturday to turn around and have to fight like that, you know, hand-to-hand combat, so to speak, today, just proud of the guys that they were able to stick to it. And you know, obviously, you know, you find a way to get a win. Certainly, you know, like we always talk about, I like to learn through winning, you know, so we were able to fortunately come out on the winning side tonight.
That last play, the way you drew it up.
Yeah, we wanted a couple of options. We wanted, you know, Nate to see if we could free him up. They did a good job of taking away Nate, and so the next option was to get Molly in the middle of the floor. They did a good job, but Molly just made a heck of a play. You know, he got the guy on his hip, got to the rim, got contact, and great presence and focus to be able to finish the play. You know, and big time free throw, obviously, there. So just really proud of him.
What does Malachi give this team, his presence on the court?
Yeah, I mean, I think just if I had to sum it up, I'd say just his playmaking. You know, he's got an innate ability to be a playmaker. He's a guy that makes the game easier for the other guys on the floor. You know, and that's a special quality. I think that not every player has the ability to make the game easier for everybody else. And I think that's probably the biggest thing I would say for him.
Does it say more about a team that they're able to find other ways to win when they're not shooting the three well than a team that just is not shooting the three well? Do you think that the way this team is able to find?
Well, I mean, basketball, when you make shots, the game gets a lot easier. You know, that's basketball. You know, so I like teams that make shots. You know, but yeah, you got to have, you know, a variety of ways to win. You know, whether it's a transition game up and down, or if a half court game, or you know, just different things that you do. And you know, yeah. So I think the mark of a good team is you can win in a multitude of ways.
How about about Saturday's game? Another big opportunity for you guys against Cincinnati.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Another quick turnaround. So, we've got to make sure we make good decisions and do the right things, and get our guys as prepared as we can. But yeah, we're excited about the opportunity.
Connor got a couple minutes.
Yeah.
How pleased were you with how he's been able to get back?
Yeah, it's good to have him. Good to have him back in the rotation. And he hasn't really had a whole lot that he's been able to do with the group. So he didn't have his legs great today, but I think just him getting out there and getting some minutes out there tonight was good. It's good to see him back out there.
What to say about Nate? It was a pretty frustrating night, I think, for him, and they denied him a couple of times on the looks in front of the bench, and then foul trouble.
Yeah.
Come back and hit that shot.
Yeah, I mean, Nate's done that for us, time and time again. He's a really good player, and obviously our team trusts him, and he's made big plays for us in a variety of different ways, whether it's threes, whether it's rebounding, whether it's getting to the free throw line. And so, yeah, we trust him, and, was happy for him. Obviously, probably if you saw any frustration, it was the fouls, like he picked up, I think, maybe 2 in the first half, and then got his 3rd early in the second half, so he had to sit. And he wants to be out there as a competitor, and so it's great that he was able to finish, I think, the last 4 minutes with 4 fouls and stay on the floor for us. That was big.
Nate mentioned the thing you remember most from the Cincinnati game was that the Flyer faithful had maybe more fans than you see. To know that they're going to be at your guys' back on a big road game like this, how big is that?
Yeah, it's always huge, man. We got a great fan base, and I know, it's a, it'll be great competition. They got a great team. They got a great fan base, and I think that's when you look across the state, this is one of the elite states that have a lot of really high level basketball, great fan bases. So, when our teams come together, I think it's something the fans really get excited about.
Anything else? Thank you, Coach.
Great, thanks, guys.